Alright, so I've figured out how to fix the white skin on these models ripped from Project Sekai in Blender, and I'll show you how to do that using the shader editor to edit the material. So first I have to go into the material view, and I've already made the shading flat on the head, but in order to do that for the body, what I'm going to do is delete most of these nodes that are all over the place. And plug this directly into here. The colors are dull, and the real reason for that is that under render properties, color management, this is automatically set to filmic. That if we set it to standard, then the colors are pretty much the same as we would get in solid mode. Next, I'm going to add a node for one of the other image textures. If I got it right, it's the one ending with H. Yeah, this one with the blue and the pink. What this is it's a ID mask or ID map, and the way that it works is in Project Sekai, you've got costumes that can be worn by multiple characters, but the characters have slightly different skin tones, and the pink on the ID map indicates where the shader is going to apply a skin tone correction based on which character this is, and we're going to use this in the node setup. So the ID mask is going to be easier to work with in the shader node editor if we make it black and white, and not like grayscale, but stark black and white. So we can do that with a color ramp. And we have to set this to constant and drag the color stop until the skin is white and the clothes are black. And now the next node is mix shader. This doesn't get plugged into here, it gets plugged into here instead. And now this goes into one of these, and so that socket right there is controlling the clothes, and we don't have to adjust the clothes. So I'm gonna add another color ramp, plug this into here and then here, so that that color ramp here is controlling the skin tone. And I'm gonna add 2 stops, and for this color, change it with the eyedropper and grab the skin tone. Already this is changing it a little bit, but now we have to this shadow tone. Do that with both stops. And now that's pretty close, but changing the reason I left that one, this color stop black, is because there's this line on the clavicle, and changing these color stops is gonna affect that. You want that line to look good while the shadow is also blending on the neck. And then okay, something I forgot to make a note about that ID mask is that the resolution is about half that of the main body texture. So the main body texture is like 101K resolution. The developer of Sekai does actually recommend, because the resolution of the ID mask is so low, that you can use an online tool to make the resolution higher, and I forget the name of it, so I'll have to flash it on screen. So this color ramp here, you can use this to adjust where the line between skin and not skin is. Put that right about there. It's easier to fiddle with it once the node setup is all done. Okay, now I can show you lastly how to bake the texture, which is how to export the edited texture into another application like MMD. So now I want to create a new one. And these dimensions are the same as the original texture that I'm working with. Color you can change if you want the background color to be different. Turn off alpha because these textures don't have any transparency on them. Hit OK. And this node does not get connected to anything, but we have to make sure that it's selected and also that the object is selected. In order to do any baking, this needs to be cycles, and that opens up this tab right here. Bake type has to be, is it emit? I think it's emit. Uncheck selected to active. The margin type should be extend, and this is way too big. This can just be 5. And then just hit the button that says bake, and it'll take a minute or two. There we go. Now I can image editor, also UV editor is kind of the same. That baked the face texture, even though I didn't need it to. Body fixed. Here's the new texture. It just kind of like smudges things, but that doesn't really matter. So now you have to save it. Or else it'll probably warn you when you try to close this window that you've got an unsaved image file. And yeah, that's about it. You should be able to figure out how to load up your texture in your other application. Thank you for watching.